Good evening, everybody. Uh, let's start out with a little levity. I'm blonde, so I can tell these jokes. This blonde was driving down the road, speeding, going like heck, and a blonde police officer pulled up behind him and started blowing the siren. Finally, the person driving wouldn't pull over, right? So keeps blowing the siren. Finally, pulls up beside him, and yells out the window, "Pull over! Pull over!" And he notices she's knitting, and the police officer's kind of astounded, and says, "Pull over!" And the blonde says, "No, it's a sweater." All right, never mind. So,
Over, all over sweater.
um, we're going to talk about I did some research and I found a couple of places where it gave me the best applications that seniors are using in 2024. And I will be showing them in groups. And as we mentioned before, this is going to be an overview. And if you want to learn more details about these applications, tune in to my Saturday morning classes where we'll be going into more detail and actually have you do some hands-on work with the applications. And I'll just be covering on the Saturday morning one group of them. So if I look at them, we'll talk about them by types. And you're going to see quite a few, so don't get excited. By the way, the presentation will be available on the website as soon as I get it over to Drew. Okay. There are the health and wellness apps, such as Insight Timer. We'll talk about what these are. Medisafe, GoodRx, and Magnifier. And Apple Health. In the category of safety apps, there's one called Lively, some called Find My app, and one called OnePass. Now, all of these apps, I've tried to find apps that were available both on Android devices or Android phones and on Apple devices. Communications apps, Messenger and Messages, FaceTime, Google Meet. We talked about both those this evening. Facebook. On the entertainment side, what kind of apps you might think of as entertainments. And think about that for a minute. And there might be one called Seek iNaturalist by iNaturalist. Audible, Words with Friends for a game, for example. And there I've listed Google Earth as an entertainment app. And Spotify. If we look at information apps, we have some called, I just discovered this one. It was really cool. And I'll show you that as a little brief segue. MarineTraffic and FlightAware Flight. One tracks ship, one tracks airplanes. There's one called one called WeatherBug. Perplexity and CoPilot for information. They're both AI applications. For the education side, Duolingo, and one you may not have heard of, and it's not an app, it's an actual URL or website you can go to. It's GCF Learning. I find it really, really good for especially people who are just getting started in a particular device or a particular application like Excel or Word. Dating apps for seniors, eHarmony and Hinge. And finance app, UNAB or YNAB. On the productivity side, I think a lot of us use Gmail, and there's a a good internet browser called DuckDuckGo. Built-in scanners on your device for productivity, taking pictures, and you can take a picture of something and have it converted to a PDF or actually have it converted to text. On the photo side, one called Snapfish again, YouCam, Perfect, and Pixelance. The last two of those are really, really good apps for improving the looks of a picture. And we'll talk more about that when we get to them. Transportation, GasBuddy, where's the cheapest gas? Using Uber, Google Maps, and fitness and exercise apps, SilverSneakers and MyFitPal. Okay? So let's get started and just talk about the health apps, right? Insight Timer, MindSafe, GoodRx, and Magnifier. Now, the one I have underlined there is the one I'm going to try to go through with you and show you how it works. Okay. First one is Insight Timer. What is it? It's available for both the iPhone and the iPad. It's free to download, and it can be as much as $59 a year for a paid subscription. It's a meditation application. On the Insight Timer home screen, you can access a variety of free medication routines. I've tried this app. I kind of like it. You can see here, if you want a sleep kind of environment, and it's both sound and in some cases pictures, that you can tap on any one of these and get that, right? If you want to reduce stress, live in a moment, and lower your heart rate, and blood pressure, meditations meditations can be as useful as medications. But where do you start? Start with Insight Timer, a meditation application that give us timers, guided meditations, guided breath work, and sleeping soundscapes, so we can reduce stress and be more relaxed. Another one that the senior population preferred was Manage Your Medications. Available on both the iPhone and the iPad, and it is free. Forgetting to take prescriptions and getting refills on time are significant problems for us older folks who may take multiple medications at different times during the day. One of 5 advanced drug events occurs due to one out of 5 adverse drug events occur during incorrect drug usage of prescriptions. That happened to my father, so I understand that one. Okay? Helps you manage your medications and gets reminders. Simply put in your prescription, the times you're supposed to take it, and MediSafe will create a visual schedule complete with images of each pill you're taking and a list of potential harmful interactions. It will then give you reminders throughout the day when it's time to take a medication, let you know if the prescription is running low, and even alert a friend or family member if you miss a dose. Now, some of those are variable. You may not want one of those. You may not want one of those, but it's good. GoodRx is a really, really good application if you want to find who's selling the most inexpensive prescription drugs. It's available on both the iPhone and iPad. Again, it's free. And if you're not using it, I really recommend this one. One of the reasons seniors do not take medication as prescribed is they cost too much. GoodRx helps you compare prescription drug prices at different pharmacies and find suitable coupons in the app. What it does is you input the medication you have to take, and you input your zip code, and it will list a set of pharmaceutical pharmacies in Publix, in Walmarts, etc., and give you the prices that are being offered there. Many times I have walked into Publix where I get most of my prescription drugs, and I say, here's the GoodRx price, and they'll give it to me. The app can also alert you when a particular medication drops in price and let you know when you may be due for a refill. If you use Medsafe to manage your prescriptions, you already have savings help powered by GoodRx and don't need to download a separate application. Magnifier. It's free. It's both on the iPhone and the iPad. It has that look as an app on the iPhone, I'm sorry, on the Android devices. It looks like this on the iPhone. So if I look at my device here and I look for the app, I don't see it here. Now I can do one of two things. I can go to the app library on my phone by sweeping from right to left till I get here, and I can look up Magnifier. Now I happen to see it right here. I can also draw down from the top, and it shows me I have the magnifier here on my iPhone. Now, what's it used for? The magnifier is used in a situation where you need to magnify the text you're looking at. You're in a restaurant, the lights are lit dim. It's a really nice environment, but you can't read the menu. So you pull out the magnifier, and I'm going to open the magnifier here. There's the magnifier, right? And I'm going to take my phone off here. And here I've got, oh, look at the size of that text. See, I've got a coupon here from Tommy Bahama, and I can magnify it. Now, that's why I'm holding it. But if I tap the little button that says capture, and then I can zoom right in, well, I will be able to in a minute. I can zoom right in on the text and actually read it. Okay? If you need more light, there's a flashlight there, and I can turn on the flashlight. Okay? Great little app. It's available to everybody for free. Recommended you put it on. You never know when you might be able to use it. In the health group, we have one more called the Apple, or for Apple, it's called the Health app. In Google, it's called Google Fit. Okay, this is the app that is the hub of all the health data you're collecting, whether it's a Fitbit watch or an Apple watch, or you have apps on your phone where you can open up the app and go for a walk and it tracks your walk. On your watch, you can get how many hours you've been sleeping, what your heart rate is. All that data is being collected in the Health app or the Google Fit app. Okay, it tracks your step speed, distance, and sleep. Mine even tracks my weight because I have a scale that's Bluetooth connected to my phone. Every time I get on the scale, it records your weight. Now, I don't get on the scale as often as I used to. Also helps to have have an Apple Watch because in the Apple world, it collects all this information. Google Fit has a very similar application. Looks like this. Okay. Both apps interface with many of the other health data collection applications. And here are some of those applications. A good app to keep an eye on, and it's fun to work with. And look back. I have a sleep app. So when I go to sleep, it tells me what level of sleep that I'm in. And it can be very disappointing to look at it and say, I thought I slept better last night. Okay. Let's switch the discussion to safety applications. Lively Health and Safety is one of the app services. Find My and OnePassword are those three apps. Lively costs $24.99 a month. You have an urgent response button that lets you connect with an agent to get you help you need. It could be for the police, the locksmith, or the nearest hospital, along with this button. This is what comes with the app, which you can add to your Apple Watch, as well as your voice assistant with Alexa. You also get Lively Link. That means whenever you press the urgent button, a group of your friends or family could be alerted via smartphone notifications. It's a monthly subscription for the basic plan. The premium also has some features with the same features with more added ones. You have an on-call nurse to answer on medical questions and a care advisor, a person dedicated to help you meet your health and wellness goals. If you want to lose weight or improve your health with a more personal touch, then MyFitnessPal, Lively is the one to get. It's available on the Apple and Android SOS. We'll also I'm making a comment here. Both on the Apple and the Androids, there is an SOS feature that allows you to call 911. I was demonstrating that in my class one time, and I actually had the operator answer to show them how it worked. And I told them I was in a class, and they didn't quite believe me. They thought I might be under some kind of duress, and so I told them I wasn't, and I wasn't. We hung up, and they called me back. Say, "Are you sure you're okay?" Okay. There's one called Find My. Okay. This is one that allows you to keep from losing your devices. It's available on both the Android and the Apple products. It's free, called Find My on iOS, and it's called Google Find Device on Android. These apps help you locate your lost devices, be they be phones, Androids, and the like. For example, once we accidentally left my house without our iPad before a long flight, usually realizing it after we had dug through our luggage. The Find My app works with iPods, AirTags, Apple Watch, AirPods, iPads, phones, and Macs. I was teaching a class one time, and after the class, I took my wife out to dinner, and I get to dinner and I discover I don't have my phone. I got her phone, went to my Apple account on her phone, and I did that by going to Safari, putting in my Apple ID and password, and it showed me exactly where my device was. It was in the classroom where I left it. It's free and works similarly on the Google Find My Device app as it does on the Apple iPhones and iPads. Whether you have memory loss or simply tend to lose things. What's the difference there? I'm not. Anyway, these apps will help you keep track of your stuff with ease. OnePassword. How many passwords do all of you have? Hopefully more than one, right? This app is available on the iPhone and iPad. Costs $2.99 to $7.99 per month, depending on the features you want. With all these apps, you're going to have a lot of passwords. I mean, it may seem easy to use the same password for multiple accounts, but that's not the best idea in terms of cybersecurity. Rather, it's best to have a unique, long, and complicated password for each website and app that you use. But one you can remember, yeah. But as seniors, can we remember those? Right? Your OnePassword stores all your passwords, automatically fill them in on every website or app you go to. In a nutshell, you upload all your current passwords and usernames for the accounts to OnePassword. Then when you go onto the app, like Facebook, and log in without showing the actual password, it will pick it up. The OnePassword will pick it up. Additionally, when you need a new account, OnePassword will create a secure password for you. In the next category, we have messages, FaceTime, Google Meet, Facebook Messenger. Okay. Messages is a wonderful app for your iPhones. Apple Messages is a messaging service that allows users to send and receive texts, photos, videos, and more on Apple devices. You can send and receive messages from Android devices. Messages can be sent over Wi-Fi or cellular. Features: end-to-end encryption, sync across all your devices, delivery and read receipts. In other words, you can get a notification that it's been delivered and that a person has picked it up. Inline replies, users can reply directly in specific messages. You get a spam reporting. Users can report spam if they think they're getting a lot of spam. Now I want to show you that one. All right. If I go to my phone again and I click on messages here, oops, messages. Okay. Ooh, just a minute. And I click on messages and I want to start a new message. I just click the little button up here, tap it. I want to send this to Anne. Right, so I go up here and I click. So I'm going to send it to Anne Ross. I'm just going to say hi, Anne. And I can send it. But I could add some more stuff to it. See the little plus sign there? Try to make that nice and easy. So I just click on the plus sign and I get all these options that I can use. I'm going to use the one emoji. All right, now I got a little bear there. All right, and so if I hit the button down here, I can say, hi, Anne. Hope you're having a nice class. Okay, and now I include that, and now I've sent that to Anne. And she can report on that later. But there's all kinds of nice little features like that. You can always just do the basic and send a new message, right? Down here at the bottom. And that's all you do. You send back and forth messages, but you can get classier as you go. Okay? FaceTime and Google Meet. I don't know how many of you try FaceTime. It's a great app. Whether it's FaceTime or Google Meet, these communication apps let you video chat with friends and family. Both FaceTime and Google Meet work off the Wi-Fi or data, so you can work with your Wi-Fi or you're on cellular. So the calls are crystal clear, both in terms of video and audio. Aside from FaceTime video, you can also use FaceTime audio only, which are more clear and regular calls through the network. So you can make a phone call basically to someone else who has an iPhone or use Google Meet to do it with an Android. And I think as we discussed earlier, Google Meet does cross-platform. So you can put Google Meet on your iPhones. That's not true with the FaceTime app. If you want to feel like a person in the room is in the room with you, use one of these go-to apps. Yeah. Video chatting with friends and family through FaceTime or Google Meets keeps you socially connected in a way that text messages, email, and emojis simply can't. Both apps are free, and they're a cherry on top of the overflowing sundae of communications. FaceTime Messenger is similar to FaceTime Messages. Is similar to Messages that I just talked about from Apple. If you're among the 23.7% adults over 64 with a FaceTime account, you've already done most of the work needed to do a Facebook Messenger. Messenger is a standalone app that connects people through Facebook. You can video, just a minute, I'm going to get rid of that. You can video chat with one person or a group, plus send text messages and photos. There are even fine features that try out with while you're on. There are funny features, fun features. You can put ears on your head, et cetera, right? You can make grandchildren giggle by putting a digital frog on your head or even turning yourself into a dragon. Switching gears now to entertainment apps. Seek by iNaturalist, Audible, Words with Friends, and Google Earth, and Spotify. Okay? If you look at iNaturalist, I just picked up this app, and it's really good. It's free. Its overview is you will be surprised at the accuracy Seek have about plants and animal identification. You will get the Seek app, you point it, you open it, you point its camera toward a plant, and it'll tell you what the plant is. If you have a picture of a bird that you took 2 days ago, it will tell you what kind of bird it is. Spending time in nature is good for the soul, whether you're taking a neighborhood walk, going for a hike up a mountain, or even spending time relaxing on the beach. If you love nature and are curious about the things around you, you can use Seek by Naturalist app to identify fungi, animals, and plants. The best part of this app, it's free, so you won't need to pay anything for it to identify nature and give fun challenges and achievements. Plus, all the photo observations you make on the app go to iNaturalist Gallery for observations, which is as 2024 includes 174 million observations. I think you can turn off that feature if you don't want your pictures going there. If you love plants, animals, and nature, give this app a try. Uh-oh. Audible, right? Free for 30 days, then it costs $7.95 after that. Oh, depending on the features you want, $7.95 to $14 or $15. Whether you like listening to podcasts, audiobooks, Audible is where you find what you're looking for. After our 30-day free trial, it costs $14 a month for Audible to get you the best sellers, new release titles each month. So the $7.95 gives you all the non new releases and bestsellers. Okay. Although podcasts are free on the app, like Apple Podcasts, if you're a fan of audiobooks, Audible is the best way to listen to them. Whether you're in a comedic mood or want to settle in on a drama, Audible is a great way to observe books without actually reading. Absorb books. For seniors with visible impairments who have trouble finding accessible books, Audible books is the helpful alternative. If you're not sure about Audible, try to take advantage of the 30-day free trial available with either plan. Words with Friends. This particular game has been around quite a while, and they've come up with a second version of it. It's basically Scrabble with friends that are not in the same room with you are. It involves two people, someone from one team and a friend. You each get several letter tiles and start in the center square and create words worth varying values. Whoever gets the highest score wins. That was the original game, which has been enjoyed since 2009. But there's also a Word with Friends 2. This version lets you play alone with two players and even more than two players. It's a good game for someone who loves to show off their big vocabularies. Google Earth. Of the group, that's the one I'd like to show you here. Want to explore both, but don't have the time and money to enjoy? Meet Google Earth, which lets you explore Google satellite images all around the world. Not only can you see it from a bird's eye view topography, but you can also see it at street view, as well as rotating 3D view. I'll show you what that is. Plus, Google gives you information about what you're viewing in Wikipedia, so you can learn about what you're looking at. So let me go grab it here. Go back to my phone. I get the right thing there? Yeah, Google Earth. Let me go back. So here we're looking at a picture of the world. As you can see, you can spin around, get the various places, and get it just situated right. And I want to go look at Paris, France. So I got to zoom in here. There's France. I'll continue zooming in. And there's Paris. And I'm going to continue zooming in. Zoom in. Zoom in. It's starting to show me some detail. I'll keep going in. And let me zoom in some more. Maybe I see the Louvre there somewhere. Get the Louvre. We'll pick something else.
Type it in.
Whole thing. Pardon me? Let me go in here.
You type it in the search at the top.
Where is it?
You could type it in at the search Google Earth at the top. Just put Louvre.
To your left. It's on the left.
Up
On
above.
my left? Up above?
Now down, down. And there's Musée du Louvre.
Ah, thank you. Right there. All right. If I tap 3D view, look what it does. And look if I go back or zoom back in. And I can tap one of the objects there and it gives me a description of what I just tapped. I was doing a class sometime, I was helping someone with their phone. And he happened to be from Lithuania. And I said, where were you born? And I put in his city in Google Earth, and we zoomed right into his home, where he came from, where he grew up. Okay, so that's what you can do with Google Earth. Spotify, listen to music and podcasts, right? Free, select plans require paid subscription. When they say it's free, you can say, I want to listen to Anya, for example, but it won't give you, it'll give you the first song from Anya, but then it'll say the rest of the songs will come from the same genre that Anya's music is in. Okay. If you have a paid subscription, you can create a playlist and share them with other users and select from playlists made by Spotify. It is also the number one app for listening to podcasts. Podcasts continue to grow in popularity, and there is something out there for almost every interest. Use the app to discover new podcasts and manage old favorites. Some premium plans will also allow audiobook access although the selection of books is not nearly as good as Audible. If we switch now to the information applications, and I have MarineTraffic as the first one. We have FlightAware. I'm going to show you MarineTraffic, but I want you to make you aware of FlightAware as well, right? We have WeatherBug, Perplexity, and CoPilot. Okay, MarineTraffic. It's free to download, $1.95, $1.99 per month for the advanced features. Are you a boating or shipping enthusiast? If so, you'll love the Maritime Traffic Ship Tracking app. For 3 days available for iOS and Android. Using this app, you can see all real positions of vessels from yachts to ships all over the world. With just a simple smartphone picture, you'll be interested. You'll be informed about the ships, including the distance, name, and speed, and flag. Right? It's free, but there are some extra features available if you want them for $1.99 a month or $10 a year. We get the information app here. Oh, there it is. Let me zoom out. I'm right now focused on the Panama Canal. Okay, there are the ships. Let me keep going out. There are the ships that are sailing around the world. If I zoom in on Tampa right now, right? And I pick one of those ships, I'll pick this one right here. And it shows me the picture of the ship, right? Go down here to the Panama Canal. Well, look at the line up there. Wow. You can see the ships around the Panama Canal going in and out. I'll even get a picture of one that's going through. We'll go to that one. Interesting ship, right? Get the idea, everybody? Really clever little app. Now you can do the same thing for airplanes with that flight app that I mentioned, right? FlightAware. There are several of the ones for flight. Many of them want to charge you. I think the FlightAware I'll talk to in a minute. Mm-hmm. That one's free, but you can get select plans, right? Whether you're an aviation enthusiast, a frequent flyer, a pilot, a part-time flight crew, FlightAware is must-have app. I use it when my family's arriving or going back to California, arriving from California, to track the flight. Track planes in real time above your head, all over the world, easily track the status of your flight, check for any delays on inbound aircraft, see weather radar, and set other alerts to be notified if to any changes. Track any plane around the world, get free flight status alerts, departures, arrivals, cancellations, gate changes. See with weather radar, see your favorite aircraft and airport, and check the flight delays. Where is my plane? I was stuck in Las Vegas and my plane was delayed, and I could see how much it was delayed. It was kind of frustrating, but okay. There's an app called WeatherBug, right? There's really a lot of good apps. WeatherBug is a great one to have. With over 20 map layers, including radar, severe storm risks, WeatherBug provides comprehensive weather insight to help you keep you safe from real-time lightning to real-time precipitation. WeatherBug ensures you're always informed. Stay up to date with customizable weather alerts, hourly and 10-day forecast, and hurricane outlooks. Perplexity, it's one of the newer AI programs out there. It's an AI search engine. It is, I am continue, and you guys should sit in on one of Huey's AI classes that he has monthly. It's just what's going on with AI is just incredible. You ask it any question, it searches the internet to give you an accessible, conversational, and verifiable answer. When we were talking about Zoom and was it a paid subscription or not, I went to Perplexity and I asked the question. I said, is there a free Zoom account you can get? And he comes back and says, yes, the basic account is still available. Ask it anything. It's just, think of Perplexity as a research partner, always on the clock, saving you very valuable time by performing precise, knowledgeable knowledge you need. I am a bit worried that our brain is going to go dead and we'll just learn how to use the different AI apps. CoPilot is an AI search engine from Microsoft, also a pretty good AI tool. They all work virtually the same way. The one from Microsoft has built-in services for Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Teams, and Outlook. Other search engines, I'm just going to mention them, that a lot of people are using. ChatGPT, it's one of the original ones and keeps itself up to date. Gemini, it's one formerly called Brad. That's the one from Google. And there are many, many others. The ones I'm mentioning here are the more general ones. There's ones that are specifically focused on photography and certain disciplines. Educational apps. There's two of them out there. One's called Duolingo, and the other one is a website called GCF Learning. Okay. And then we'll talk about the two dating apps there, eHarmony and Hinge. And we'll talk about finance. YNAB. Duolingo. Free. Converts from any language to another language. I'm sorry, no, it doesn't. It helps you learn a language. It's one of the best known ones. And the key thing there, it's free, and a lot of people swear by it. Designed by learning experts, loved by hundreds of millions of learners worldwide, helps you prepare to learn conversation in a lot of different languages. From Microsoft Office to email, reading math and more, GCFGoogle.org offers free learning resources for more than 200 topics, including more than 2,300 lessons and more than 2,000 videos. Now, I was going to demonstrate both of those, but we're kind of running long in time. So I'm not going to, but I urge you all, if you want to know something about Word, Apple devices, check out gcfglobal.org. I use it oftentimes to go in and see how they teach the subject, and I use a lot of their techniques in the classes that I give. eHarmony, right? So on both Android and iOS, that should be S. It's from $3 to $6 per month. eHarmony aims to help you find meaningful connections by matching people with compatible singles based on compatibility quiz and personal profile. Key features are its compatibility matching system. The app uses a proprietary system based on 32 dimensions, a 32-dimensional model to match users based on their personality, lifestyle, and relationship goals. Personality profile. Users complete a compatibility quiz to create a personality profile, which helps the app understand your characteristics, lifestyle, and relationship behaviors. Hinge, right? It's again for Android and iOS, $30 depending on the features, up to $30. With profiles that show your personality through text, photos, videos, and voice, you have unique conversations that lead to great dates. Currently, people on Hinge go on a date every 3 seconds. Wow. In 2022, it was the fastest growing date app in the US, Canada, and the UK. Hinge is the one that was the seniors liked the best. The best app there for tracking your finances is YNAB. The app, you need this app if you need to budget, and many of us do, especially these days with prices going up quicker than our income is going up. Is a personal budgeting tool that helps you track your income and expenses. It's based on zero-based budgeting, meaning that every year you got to put it together again and start from scratch. And so say I have so much income, and here's the things I owe, and I'm planning on spending. And it attaches a dollar amount to each thing. Categorizes your transaction, helps you decide how much to allocate in different categories: food, entertainment, travel. Helps you track and adjust your spending through the month, and links to your bank and credit cards. Features: helps you get out of debt, spend less money, and save more. Helps you stop second guessing your spending, and helps you stop arguing with your partner about money. That one may be important to many of us. Okay, productivity, I've got Google and DuckDuckGo and built-in scanner and PDF scanner. There's one for photos, it's Snapfish, and YouCam, perfect. I'm just going to talk about each one of those. Oh, and Pixelance. I think many of us have a Google Mail account, and hopefully we're using it to its fullest capability. Right? Key features: handles multiple email accounts, stores up to 15 gigabytes for free, search and organize feature. It provides a robust search function and features like conversation view to organize related messages into threads. The one I like is the organization, where you can say, give me all the messages from Bells, and you can delete them all. Spam filter, blocks 99.9% of the spam, phishing attempts, and malware, ensuring a secure inbox. DuckDuckGo, on the other hand, is a really, really good search engine and browser, right? Millions of people use it, more than Chrome. And the advantage of it as a built-in search engine like Google never tracks your searches. And the browser protects you, such as from ad tracking blocking, tracker blocking, has that feature, and cookie blocking. Helps stop any other companies from collecting your data. The browser is free. It makes money from privacy respected search ads, not by exploiting your data as Google does.
Well,
Okay. Built-in scanner and PDF scanner, right? Both of those are on your phone, and you can basically use your camera, open your camera, point the camera at a QR code, and then it will create a banner at the bottom. And you can follow the instructions on the screen. It says tap here to go whatever the QR code is telling you to go. Same thing on Google Lens, right? And photo Snapfish. We're all taking more photos than ever, but hardly any photos ever live in the digital world. Creating photo books no longer requires a tech-savvy or artistic flair, as you can simply choose your favorite shots and the app will put them in a book for you. It's easier to order the photo book, prints, Christmas cards with your pictures in them, etc. Perfect Picture is an app where you can take we took an old picture of my wife's father and mother, and we ran it through it, and it was all fuzzy. YouPerfect made it look wonderful. It unblurred, it did color fixes, does all the enhancement. Pixelance does the same thing. The last thing I want to talk about is GasBuddy, Uber, and Google Maps. GasBuddy, it helps you find cheap gas, period. Basically, you put in your email address or you let it know where you are, and it tells you the cheapest gas around you. My wife dropped me off the other day at my doctor's office, and she was supposed to come back and get me in an hour. I was out in 10 minutes, so I called Uber. They had me home in 10 minutes. And I said, "Hi, hon, how you doing?" That's what Uber can do for you. It's amazing. Try it out. And Google Maps, I think we've talked about in the past. Remember where you parked your car. There is a feature in Google Maps that allows you to figure out where you parked your car. Okay? The last but not least is fitness. SilverSneakers. I better spend a little time on this one. It's free to download with eligible Medicare Advantage and Medigap benefits, right? Exercise isn't impossible just because you're a senior. Rather, it can make you be more mobile, give you more energy, and improve your health. Similar to meditating, if you do not use the active lifestyle, it can be difficult to know where to start. So in Google, SilverSneakers gives you that start. So if you've been couch potato, let's say, SilverSneakers will get you started. Okay. It will give you recommendations on fitness, self-paced classes, etc. MyFitnessPal does the same kind of thing. Okay. Downloaded the app and entered information like height, weight, sex, current working frequency, and goal, which is to lose 3 pounds immediately. MyFitnessPal took over at that point and exactly what my calories, what we should eat per day, etc. Okay. Any questions? Oh, yeah. Is everybody asleep yet? No, you're still here. Oh my God. So the police officer said, I'm going to give you a ticket. And the blonde police officer said, give me your registration and license. And the blonde driver searched through the glove compartment, searched through her purse. She says, what's my driver's license look like? She said, it has your picture on it. Oh, really? She pulled out a mirror and held it to her face and handed it to the police officer. The police officer looked at the mirror and said, oh, I didn't know you were a police officer, and let her go. How's that, Jim? That's pretty bad.
That
All
was
right,
very
everybody.
good, Bill.
Hey, Bill, I have my hand up.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, please.
Okay. The app that you had for, let's see, the one where you track seniors that was for household, what was it called? Daggone, it was right in the beginning. Anyway,
What do I track?
it was the one that tracks medicine and provides
Oh.
health.
Yes.
I worked with that company in Sarasota in 2013 to
No
actually
kidding.
do pilots with that app. Okay, to actually
Yeah.
set it up. It worked really well, and it really works well for seniors that need to have assistance, from a standpoint
Yeah.
if they fall or even watching their medicine. Not everybody can track their medicine. And this app would alert a family member if you didn't take your medicine for that day. So it was really good.
Is it MediSafe?
No, it was the one on the front. I can't think of it right now. But
And that's not GoodRx. It was MediSafe. That's the one I thought I talked about.
no, it was another one. It was up in the beginning with the details, but it was a tracker application. But
Insight Timer.
I'll get it for you anyway. It
Okay.
gave a lot of insights. It was a very good app, and we did trials in Sarasota on that as a beginning to help it kick it off. And the other dating app that you had, the first one that you went over, I did a pilot on that one too in Detroit. And
Did you really?
Yeah, 1986. I ended up leaving the company because I just didn't have a lot of faith in it. But it was kind of interesting. Anyway, so thank you for the different apps.
Okay. Hopefully you wrote down the names of one. As I said, I'll be putting the app on the presentation on the website. So if you wanted to go back and look at a list of them, it was there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank goodness you're going to do that, Bill, because I don't know how we can all keep track of that all. And I think you know it all. I think you've
No,
been
I
every
don't.
one of those apps. That was a fantastic presentation. Thank you.
And if you want to know something about any one of those, come to my classes Saturday morning.
That's right. And I can vouch for them because they're always great. Does anyone else have any questions?
Bill, when you do your classes, you'll announce ahead of time what apps you're going to cover, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
In fact, I just sent out one yesterday and it names the apps.
Okay.
Okay.
GCF.
All right, everybody.
GCF doesn't have an app. It's a website only, edu.gcfglobal.
Yes, yes. I agree with you, but I wish they did have an app.
Yeah, and it's put out by
They should-
Goodwill Industries.
Yeah, and it's really a good one.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bill, thank you again. If there are no more questions, and I don't know why there aren't, except that there is so much information. Anyway, they now to all come to your class on Saturday and learn more. We appreciate
Yes.
we appreciate
Yes.
what you've
Okay,
been through
Wanda.
and what you did for us tonight.
Bye,
Thank you
everyone.
so much. So we'll see you all in what is it? We'll see the board members next Monday night. And we'll see you all in the next June meeting, which I think is the 4th of June. Anybody else have anything else?
No, Jim, is it an off-site meeting on is it on Turtle Creek?
No, the meeting that is the in-person meeting in June is Tuesday, June 17th
That's right.
at Turtle Rock.
Right.
And it's from 11:30 to, I think 1:30, something like that. We'll be in the news. You have to look for it.
Right. All right. Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
We'll see you all soon.
Okay.
And if you want to know what we're talking about in June, it's alternatives to Microsoft Office.
Great.
Great.
Thank you.